This live stream is presented to you by MaxspeedTV. All live streaming content that is presented in this telecast is owned by MaxspeedTV, Rudy Cummings, and the entire crew of MSTV. This may not be rebroadcasted, retransmitted, and retelevised without written consent. Please enjoy today's broadcast. And we welcome everybody here live for tonight's ACOG iRacing Super Speedway Tour event, getting set to go green here just momentarily with a special one coming on race number 4 out of 6 here for the ACOG iRacing Super Speedway Tour. Glad you could tune us in here live on Maxspeed TV, your #1 broadcaster in sim racing and products. My name is EZECKIEL.
And I am Dewey Schramm. You knew that already, but welcome aboard here for this event. Should be a good one. The trucks never disappoint, especially at super speedways. So before we get too involved here in the broadcast, we'll get everybody a quick refresher on where everyone stands in the points so far. The all-important points standings coming into tonight's event, because with all the different stuff that's gone on over the last couple of weeks, it's been pretty interesting to see where everyone sits right now.
Definitely. Should be a good one here for tonight as we get set for round number 4 out of 6. Only 6 races in this small season. We'll pull up point standings to go ahead and go over our season overall as of right now. Christian Visconti leading points by 1. Ethan Harrison, Josh Patterson, 2nd and 3rd. Miles Nelson just a point back, and another point back to Justin L. Johnson. David Bachman in 6th place. He's actually going to be out of race adminning here for tonight. Dominic Howell, Matthew Klein, Eduardo Munoz Jr., and Mitch Hobbs round out the top 10.
Yeah, and Mitch is sitting there about 40-ish points back with only 3 races remaining, and that may seem like a tall task, but it's not out of the question that even someone like Mitch or William could get up there and maybe contend for this championship. So obviously, if you're Christian or Ethan, you have a big gap over the rest of the field, but with how crazy these races can go, that gap may not be safe for long.
Yeah, we'll just have to see on how this whole entire event will pan out here for tonight. A fair amount of drivers to walk ourselves here through this event. Should be a lot of fun to see on who will be our 4th different winner. I don't even know if we might have a repeat winner. I'm not really sure, but Justin L. Johnson last week took up the victory in the Xfinity cars at Daytona. So here tonight, we'll see who takes it home in the truck at this time. We got a fair amount of drivers here for tonight. I'm not really sure, but this car count keeps ramping up, and we're running a small different format. Looks like 38 people currently have registered as of right now, so looks like we'll not have an LCQ, which is a good thing, obviously.
Collective sigh of relief, I'm sure, from most of the people here in the session tonight. And if you notice that name in 5th, that is the Kaz Gralla, so good to see him making his ACOG League debut here for tonight. He signed up as the 3, but he's showing up as the 198 for some reason. And that is the truck he ran at Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago for Young's Motorsports. So good to see him here tonight, and hopefully he has a good run here with the rest of the guys here on the track.
Yeah, not a few, actually, I'm trying to go back and sort of backtrack with ACOG. And ISCAR, not a lot of times that there have been IRL drivers running on the ISCAR and ACOG circuit. The last time I could recognize off the top of my head is Parker Retzlaff back in the ISCAR days. But here tonight, glad to welcome in that 188 of Kaz Gralla.
And I believe he's going to be running CODA next weekend as well, so hopefully he does well there. And of course, Retzlaff now in the Coke Series in addition to his real-life races. And we've also had Jacob Hefner running here before, who's run a couple ARCA races in the past. So occasionally we get some guys like that decide to show up. And, all the best to Kaz and everyone else here for tonight. Should be a good one.
Qualifying up and away, we're going to go suit ourselves to the side, play the national anthem, rise out, remove our hats as we salute our nation's colors. And we welcome everybody back here live for the ACOG iRacing Super Speedway Tour. Glad you could tune us in here live at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway. Getting set to go green in here just a moment, as drivers going to take their fastest two around the racetrack. Currently qualifying is up and away. We'll show that ticker here on the left-hand side of the screen as drivers take their fastest around this 2.66 mile oval. We got a fair amount of names that are returning here tonight. I see Ryan Kwan there in the 252.
Yeah, it's been a while, I think, since we've last seen him participate in a race. And just a reminder as well, all of the drivers with the R and a circle next to their name, they are rookies here to ACOG. So looks like a good amount of them here for tonight, as Tommy Reynolds so far tops on the charts. Let's get a look at the 198 of Kaz Grala, taking his first of two scheduled laps, and actually that was his first. So he'll slot in 7th here out of all the trucks that have run so far. And just as we usually see in most of these races, we'll probably see a fair amount of trucks try to qualify up towards the front, but I think we'll see a fair amount of them as well that will not take a lap and will elect to start towards the rear in hopes of missing an early incident.
I'll just have to see on how that'll all work out by the end of it. Seeing more people here, Mark Austin in this number 88. Actually, Quan did run just the last event, Street Stocks at Phoenix, so he was there present for that.
Dominic Howe to the top.
Yeah, this leaderboard is definitely going to shuffle throughout this whole entire thing, but I'm expecting Benjamin A. White, of course, to work himself to the front. No, never mind, he doesn't. He's actually in 6th. I find that very, very surprising.
Yeah, he's been really, really strong recently. I mean, he's had a couple of good qualifying starts, but he's been caught up in some early race incidents that have been no fault of his own. So hopefully the same does not happen here for tonight. Though I'm almost afraid to say that with how bad the commentator jinx was with Eduardo last week.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that was a brutal...
I still am in awe that happened.
Yeah, that was brutal. It's Parker White in the 95.
I don't know if Eduardo has taken a lap or not.
No, he hasn't. It looks like he's going to start in the back.
And I think Parker and Benjamin both are running Road to Pro this season. And I don't know if anybody else in here is, but of course they were at Atlanta this week, so good luck to everybody partaking in that. And if it's already happened, hopefully y'all did well.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of people. Actually, Dylan Basin ended up winning his Road to Pro split.
That's right, he did.
To him. There's Quentin Haley.
That's the brother of Cup Series driver Justin Haley. And I believe Quentin and Justin co-own his dirt team, if my memory serves me right. Quentin still runs a lot of dirt modified races. So good to see him here in this session tonight as well.
Notice a bit of a difference with that Toyota?
Yep, and the zeros are on the board. And Dominic Howe and Connor Brandon will be your front row here for tonight's race.
Oh, congratulations. This is heat number 1 for this exchange. Gonna run 6 laps to determine the first 10 on the left-hand side. Dominic Howe and Peter Kenny gonna round out row number 1.
And I believe with there being under 43, we shouldn't have any DNQs or anything.
Right.
Row 2, Nick Roten on the inside and Benjamin White to the outside.
Row number 3 gonna be Parker White in the 95. Miles Nelson in the 00, rounding out the 6th spot.
Jasper Lenglade will roll off here in 7th for heat number 1, and he'll be joined in row 4 by Colton Zimmer in the 09.
Final row we're going to read off here. This number 01 of Sawyer St. Clair and Ryan Kendrick in this 152. Rest of the order is going to be shown on screen. There's some very, very notable names inside of this heat, and
Looks
you are
like
right.
19. Yeah, I saw Patterson there. He had a really, really good run there last week at Dover. See if we can repeat that here for tonight. Maybe get a couple spots better.
Okay, there's Dominic Howe in this number 86, familiar in Victory Lane. I mean, familiar to see his 86 in Victory Lane. I think he picked it up at this very track car combination. So that number 86 looking to go maybe 2 in a row.
The suspense is just building.
Yeah, exactly. I guess we could go over like a few things to get ourselves set. So let me just go ahead and minimize this. Dewey, why don't you take us away? Do your little weather thingy.
I gotta do my shtick. Here we go with the weather here for tonight. Temperature of 79 degrees, pretty warm one here in Talladega, Alabama. Track temp of 104, wind southeast, roughly 7 miles per hour. And over to our race analysis. 2.66 miles in length is this Talladega Super Speedway. Time of day looks like it is the afternoon setting here for tonight. Pit road speed of 60 miles per hour, so we'll have to watch for maybe some speeders here during stops. And a window of 25 to 30 laps, so we're guaranteed at least one stop here for tonight. And of course, that's for the main event. This is only the 6-lap heats that we're starting off with.
Yep,
so
that's
none
right.
of that really applicable for just yet.
Of course, 2.66 miles in length. Should be a lot of fun to see on who. But these 10 drivers will secure themselves a nice starting spot toward the front. You only get 6 laps, so it's not long. And for the consolation, take out top 20 from the consig, and they move themselves on forward. So, see 86, Decal, Peter Kenny right alongside of him. We've seen Peter in victory lane multiple times, so we'll have to see if he can maybe make something off of it. And he pulled out a really big shocker. I remember beating Ryan Kendrick in the Xfinity cars a while back, so we'll see if he can do it here again.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago now. But we'll see if he can do it again here for tonight. That's some beautiful grass.
That is some beautiful grass.
So here we go. A reminder that since we have under 43 for tonight, there will not be an LCQ, and there will be not be any DNQs. So even though everyone's guaranteed to be in the race, I'm sure a lot of these guys still want to start the race with really good track position. So should be a pretty exciting one here for tonight, as the green flag is out here for heat number 1, and it'll be 6 laps to determine who will win the pole.
Yep, green flags. The drivers will work themselves into this first corner. Peter Kenny and Dominic Howe, a couple drivers going to drop themselves down to the bottom. But we're up and away, 6 laps.
Pretty even start there for both Dominic and Peter. And a reminder as well that if there's a wreck, there are no cautions in the heat, so it's just a game of survival here. And already we're seeing 3 wide, potentially 4 wide down the back, and it's going to get dicey quick.
Yep, that's right. 3 wide up on the high side. That's a 00 miles. Nelson Peter's going to drop himself in front of Howe, as now the number 1, Benjamin A. White, will pick up Colton Zimmer. They're still 3 wide looking around.
Yeah, there's almost a door there between Miles and I think that red and blue truck in the middle lane. And out of 4, still side by side, but this time it's between Peter Kenny and Benjamin White as they go through the tri-oval here for the first time. And it's a dead heat at the line.
Yeah, I think it's easier to... Oh! Colton is going to move the one out of the way. Oh, they're still trying to gather it up.
2 of them. They might go
4 wide.
Here.
And they're still dooring.
I gather it up.
Oh, man, they kept it straight. I can't believe it.
Man, those are 2 or 3 really impressive saves, especially from Benjamin, with that being in front of literally the entire field. As Dominic will
there they go.
Quad, and here we go. It's going to be a big wreck into 3 as the track gets blocked.
Oh my goodness. Who went flying?
Oh, no. Somebody just, like, flung off the wall. What was that?
I have no idea what was that, but, I mean, there he is. That's Peter. He's having a seizure in the infield, but...
What was that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what to even call that.
I've never seen a truck do that. Oh my
goodness gracious. 3 laps to go.
3 wide for the lead, though.
They might go 4. Parker's trying to squeeze himself. Look at them.
4 wide for the lead.
Oh my gosh! Dominic just dominoes
in the wall.
Parker up into the wall.
And Dominic's gonna block again, and here comes I believe that's Lenglade going for the lead. And Blake Kennedy as well up there. And now Miles Nelson will take over the second spot. What a crazy chain of events that was.
Poor Parker, I mean, he's walled in 4 wide. He made an aggressive move, but Dominic pulled himself up, and he's now only looking to split it 3 wide. Nelson picks up the top spot. There's only 5, maybe 6 cars up here in this main draft. 3 laps to go now.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Somebody was just sitting on the track, and someone didn't see him. I think that was Blake Kennedy that ran into him. I don't know who that was, but they were just sitting in the middle of the track in turn 1.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do get removed.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
PSA, what that guy did, don't. I think that might have been Lutz, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But out of 4, for the lead, Dominic trying to look up high on Nelson. And we're going to go 3 wide again here for the lead, coming to 2 to go. As that's Zimmer trying to make a move up to the top side. Dominic's going to push him up a little bit. And at the line, still the 0-0.
Laps to go. There's only 4 trucks in the mix of this, so it's Nelson, Lenglade, Howe, and Zimmer. They're still all over the place. Howe goes under the double yellow.
Still 3 wide for second. Lenglade has it for right now, but he has the only truck, and and Zimmer's going to tag the wall, but he had a really nice save. He might not even lose the draft. That was a great job there by the 09.
Man, Nelson still has like a bunch of damage, and I'm surprised he's kept himself in the draft. He's going to help Howe to the lead.
White flag.
Yeah, white flag this time by. Nelson's going to stay stout with Howe. Howe's going to drop to the bottom, though.
And yeah, he's got a lot of damage, but the pack is so small that it's not as much of a factor. As Zimmer is really giving him a big shot here through 1 and 2, and Lenglade's doing the same to Dominic on the bottom. And we're 2 by 2 here on the last lap of the heat. And the winner of this heat will start P1 here in the main event. Still even into 3.
Yeah, how,
Oh man, Colton is really shoving Nelson, and he got a bit loose, and that's going to disconnect it. So it's probably down to Dominic and Lenglade. We'll see what he turns him. Around goes Dominic, and through the tri-oval, this is going to allow Zimmer to potentially have a chance to pull up high. We'll see if he can get there. Checkered flag is in the air, and at the line, it's going to be Lenglade that takes the heat win.
Yeah, looks like Zimmer couldn't get enough of a run. And after that, it sort of stalled out. That was an easy block for Lenglade to make right there, and easy does it for him. He's going to work himself into the pole, I think. Everybody's sliding themselves across the line.
I need to see a replay of that lap 2 wreck if we can. I still cannot believe somebody flew off the fence like that.
It was Peter.
It's one of the most absurd things I've ever seen. Oh my god!
It's terrible. That's like iRacing stuff. I mean, that's classic iRacing. That is classic iRacing. It doesn't get as more signature.
Just how?
I don't even know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't even know. Patterson crossed the start-finish line. That'll be it. So we'll work ourselves into heat number 2. You only get 6 laps. Yeah, 6 laps. So whole board going to be shown on the bottom of the screen. Connor Brennan and Joe Berge on that row number 1.
Oh, whoops. I was looking at something. My bad. Row number 2, Cole Williams in the 42, and to his outside, Nathan Lyons in the 3.
Row number 3 going to be Tommy Reynolds in this number 99, Kaz Gralla in the 198.
And in row 4, Herbert Solomon and Marcus Vanderlee, 2 rookies, making up 7th and 8th.
Row number 5 going to be Ethan Harrison in the 77, and Mark Austin in 10th spot here for tonight. Rest of the order is going to be shown on your screen. 19 drivers yet again. Love it when ATVO wants to freeze on me. Thank you, ATVO. But there's the rest of the order going to go on the bottom of your screen, as looks like these drivers are rolling themselves off.
Jace Nelson at the rear. I did not see him in the session. That's the first time he's raced in a long time.
Yeah, that's right. I think he's making a return.
Good, yeah, good to see Jace back.
'92, Connor Brandon.
Connor is like Benjamin. He qualifies well a lot, but his luck is in the negatives. Like every race he runs, something that's not his fault ends up taking him out of contention. So hopefully that doesn't happen to him tonight.
Hopefully. Benjamin was in heat number 1. This being, of course, the second heat. Connor Brandon in the 92. And I mentioned to you that new Toyota. That's something that iRacing has added that's fairly new.
It's growing on me. I didn't like it at first, but now that I've seen it race a couple times, it looks a lot better to me.
Of course, different interior. You see the cockpit. This is onboard Connor Brandon.
And of course, they updated the F-150 and Silverados as well. Of course, the Toyota had the most notable change in terms of appearance, but all 3 vehicles got a bit of a facelift here for this season. The Chevrolet, I think, was the one that changed the least. The only real noticeable difference was the badge getting moved up a little bit. But the Ford nose changed quite a bit as well compared to what they ran back in 2020.
I don't think... I'm trying to find a Ford. Oh, there's one all the way back there. Not a lot of Fords in this field, now that I look about it.
There were a couple in the first heat. I think the first one looks like row 5, perhaps.
Right.
That's probably Mark Austin. As the pace truck will get off of the racing surface, because we don't need that thing anymore. Connor Brandon and Joe Burgee will lead us to the green here in Heat 2.
And you are right, that is the 88 of Mark Austin.
Green.
Here we go, green flag, and 6 laps to determine the top 10 to move themselves forward, even though everybody is technically secure. But regardless, here we go. Heat number 2 up and away. And Joe Burgee in the 83 is going to take it to the top.
Yeah, he got a really good start there and was able to dive down in front of the 92 there into 1. And they're already blocking, and Connor gets turned, and they're wrecking further back as well. And I ended up jinxing Connor, unfortunately, as there goes Gralla trying to make a move up top. Doesn't have any help, though.
4 wide, just about, into the corners. 77 Harrison's going to shove it through the middle.
Side by side, Burgee and Quentin Haley here for the lead, and oh my goodness, that was a big block there in the middle of 3. And they're going to go almost 4 in a bit of contact behind Gralla as he'll slot himself down to the bottom. And at the line, looks like it's going to be Haley that'll take the left.
Oh, now they go 3 wide. It's Lyons to the top side. He has a bit of help. Never mind. He gets shut out by the 77.
And he'll have a partner up here. Looks like the 35 of Thornton's going to move up there and work with him. And of course, the bottom line being the most dominant one for right now. And that was a big move there for Reynolds down the backstretch. And that's going to stack everybody up. And Gralla got a big tap from someone. And another truck goes down into the apron. And it'll be Tommy Reynolds taking over the race lead here. And they're already all over the place here on lap 2.
Burgee's trying to shove his truck up. That 13 Haley's already there. They're looking 4 wide again.
Saw it in Heat 1, saw it again here in Heat 2. And it's going to be Reynolds at the line as they're 3 wide for 3rd as Burgee swims up to the high side.
Burgee has help from the 13 O'Haley. We'll see if he can put it to the point. But Burgee gets turned!
Oh
Hard
my
hit!
goodness! Huge crash.
And now everybody's in it.
Up another truck. Everybody's wrecked. Gralla's in the wall. Nathan Lyons is going to escape this with the race lead. But did anybody further back there miss this? Like, I think that took everyone out.
Oh, here comes a clean truck. Who is this? Jeremy Leto. He's working himself from 14th.
I'm pretty sure Leto started dead last in this heat, and now he's in second. And Nathan Lyons has a lot of damage. Jeremy Leto might win this heat now just by being the only one that missed the wreck.
And who else missed the wreck? I mean, we got a couple. Oh, here's a couple drivers. This is Connor and Richard Sprague. Connor spun on lap 1, and he has a partner.
They both did. Connor and Richard both spun in lap 1, and that ended up being a godsend because now they're both going to miss the wreck. As you see, all the damaged trucks are going to make their way down pit road. I mean, literally, that took everyone out except for about the bottom 3.
And Leto just took the lead.
So, I don't know how far back Connor and Richard Sprague are, but I mean, Leto might have this just because he missed the wreck. I don't know if Connor and Richard can make up all that ground in just 2.5 laps.
We'll have to see. I mean, how fast are they going? This is Leto by himself, 170. And this is Tabor. Oh, they're going 10 miles per hour faster. They're going to catch him.
They might catch him, yeah.
And they're going to catch the lap traffic. I mean, they're going to catch Lyons as well, so. Oh my goodness, this is a mess. All right, here comes Lyons. He's going to go ahead and let Connor by. Leto's a sitting duck. This is like major sitting duck. Bro is in the middle of an ocean and he's getting surrounded by sharks.
Like, he's got 2 laps. All he can do is just ride the bottom. I mean, he might get past, he's probably going to get past, but the only thing he can do is just ride the bottom, make them go up top around him, and hope that he can latch on to the back of Sprague and maybe try to pass them both on the last lap.
Oh my gosh. I hope he doesn't pull like a monster block or something like that. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, they're getting offline there as well, but now they're catching them. They're there. They are there.
Yeah, there's literally nothing that Leto can do outside of pulling a block that's almost guaranteed to take all 3 of them out.
And if it does...
I mean, Nathan Lyons is still out there in 4th with all that damage, so if these 3 happen to wreck, as Leto's actually breaking the draft, which is pretty smart. He's going to the longer way around the racetrack, but he's breaking the draft.
All right, white flag.
Here comes Connor and Richard at the white flag as they split that slow. Oh no, they didn't slow the split trucks or split the lapped truck. Someone hit them.
Yeah, I mean, Connor
to the lead. He spun lap 1 from the lead, and now he's back to the lead on the last lap.
Now Leto snuck himself back in line.
Yeah, you got him between him and Sprague, and Connor spins again! Leto's involved in it, and Sprague's gonna take the lead!
Can you believe that? 2 rookies are 1 and 2 right now.
No!
I don't think Leto, he has,
he's got damage.
He has damage.
Richard's pulling away, I think. But does Richard have damage? Because I think he was the one that hit that slower truck coming to the white.
I think it might be over.
They're both damaged.
Yeah, but I think, Leto is damaged.
Oh my goodness.
And he's gonna trot himself.
It's gonna be Richard Sprague Jr. taking the win in heat number 2. Jeremy Leto in 2nd. Henry Tabor gets 3rd from Nathan Lyons. What in the world did we just watch?
I don't even know. There's still people like all the way, like, you know, blowing motors and stuff like that, just trying to finish this thing out. And we got another 8-lap, you know, 8-lap shenanigan show.
Yeah, if we can go back and see that big wreck, because that literally took everyone out. And I don't know if Leto, like, just happens to miss it, or if he was just so far back that he didn't have to. But there's Haley going up on top of another truck. Somebody flipped further back. I think that was Reynolds, but it quite literally swept everyone up. Except for Leto, and he was close to being involved in it.
Snuck himself by that much.
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna end up 2nd though, but, you know. Fun stuff all around as we finish this thing off, so. LCQ, or technically, yeah, it's technically last chance qualifier. Nobody's gonna get eliminated, though. All these people are going to move themselves forward, so... Oh, man. So hectic. So hectic. Gonna line up the consig. And a fair amount of drivers this time. 17 compared to 19 per heat. And... these are all the drivers who wrecked out. So, for all these drivers, I mean, honestly...
it's time to do it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time the entire field doesn't wreck, but...
I think they're going to wreck. They're going to wreck. Andrew Lutz does get disqualified, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, after sitting on the track like that in Heat 1, should not be on track. Don't know why he did that, but... end of the night for him. So it'll be Blake Kennedy and Joe Burgee that'll lead us to the green here for what is the LCQ, but everyone's guaranteed in.
Yeah. So this is just a, 8-lap fun dash.
Just determining the rest of the starting order, really.
Right.
And it'll be Parker and Tommy. They're in row 3. Benjamin and Quentin Haley, row 4. And Kendrick and Gralla rounding out the top 10. And then there's Peter, who, I mean, he flew into space in the first heat. And looks like 17 will take the green here. And again, no one's going to DNQ from this. This is just going to determine the rest of the starting grid. As Heat 1 determines the inside row, Heat 2 the outside row. And I think this is everybody behind 20th.
Yep.
Sometimes I'm good at math.
Alright, so it's Kennedy, Berge, Hankins, Kwan, and White, top 5. And you get 8 laps. 8 laps for this heat.
And once again, no yellows on like the heat races, but of course the main event will have yellows.
Right.
Pace car down on the pit road. Kennedy and Berge, who both wrecked in their respective heats, will lead us to the LCQ, or really the let's see where everybody starts in the main event race.
And... Green, she-bang! Let's go racing! 8 laps, Parker's gonna split at 3 already. Will he have the help, though?
And Berge, just like in Heat 2, gets a good start, and he'll swing down to the bottom. And they're wrecking already!
Yeah, Benjamin and the 99, I'm not sure who that is, or it might have been the 66, but Reynolds and Benjamin went for the same spot, and Berge, he just put him on the wall.
Walled someone. Now it's Kennedy. Berge's blocking all over the place. This is not going to end well again. As here comes Parker White and Quentin Haley up the middle, trying to get the lead away, and yeah, Berge's just blocking. Oh, and someone just got turned. That's the 152, and that's going to take a lot of people out. Oh my goodness, Benjamin White goes up on top of the fence and flies through the air as that takes most of the field out. And we're left with Parker White, Hankins, Haley, Kenny, and Kwan up at the front.
So it's 5.
I don't know why Berge was blocking like that, but
second time in a row he's done that.
He did it again here.
So 2 drivers toward the back. This is Marcus and Harrison.
Haley's got damage, so I don't know if the 252 gets around him. I don't know if he'll be able to stay up in the draft or not.
I think all these drivers are good enough to stay in the draft. They just gotta work with each other, and you see that second truck in line, that's Hankins.
Yeah, he's got damage too.
Yeah, he has really bad damage.
I think Parker and Quan are damageless, and I believe Kenny is as well, so I don't know if maybe they'll try to shuffle out Hankins and Haley, or if the damage is minimal enough where it's not affecting them aerodynamically. I just hope that, like, I mean, obviously they're racing really aggressive and almost a bit in shenanigans because the heats don't really matter in terms of DNQing, but I just hope this doesn't transfer into the race. I hope the main event is much cleaner than this.
Yeah. 51, Kenny is going to try the high side after flying into the... After meeting Jesus, Heat 1 or Heat 2.
Oh, Hankins to the high side.
I don't think he has the help, though. I mean, Kenny's there, but we'll see if Kenny's Toyota... Oh, never mind. Now Kenny has the help. Because that 252 dropped up, he went up high there.
3 versus 2 here with 5 to go in the heat. And Hankins should be able to clear down in front of Parker. Not quite. He gets one more shot from Peter. I think he'll be able to do it down the back.
Look at Parker trying to, you know, wash up and squeeze that
goes.
entire outside line into the wall.
Thought Kenny was going to get turned right there. He was almost sideways. And Kilo will move down, and he'll... Oh, I thought Peter was going to go with him, but he chose not to. So now the 72 will be to the point, and here comes Quan to the back bumper of Kenny.
Two by two again. So there's an odd amount of drivers in this pack, so therefore, whatever line has the most drivers is going to end up winning the race. You see right here, the perfect example. If Haley drops down to the bottom, that inside line pulls forward.
Yeah, I think at this point, Haley and Quan can determine who wins the heat, as long as they don't wreck like they did in Heat 2. But it's going to be the line that has the extra truck that will likely prevail. And for right now, that's the inside with Kiloa and Parker towards the front. But it would not surprise me if Parker swings up top.
And there he goes.
Just like say that, there he goes. So now the high side has the one truck advantage, and this should allow Parker to gain the lead back. And, oh, but now it's 4-on-1. Haley swings up there as well. So Hankins left out to dry, but just as Haley goes up there, the top 3 move down to the bottom, and now the 2 of them are side by side with no help for either of them.
Haley might get disconnected. He has to work with Hankins because Hankins is damaged.
They're both damaged. They ended up shuffling the 2 damaged trucks out, so they're going to have to basically stay on the bottom right now if they want any chance of catching those top 3 again. Because they might lose the draft here.
Now Haley, he scooted himself back to the 72, so... We'll see if he could, yeah, now they're snuck up yet again. Ko goes to the high side. Kilo goes to the high side, excuse me.
And Haley goes with him for now. He's thinking about it. There he goes. Advantage low side still with the extra truck as...
It's Mark Austin on the garage, just getting out of the way. 2 laps to go
here. Parker's still up front. So Hankins and Haley on the top, Parker, Peter, and Ryan Quan on the bottom. And hopefully that yellow truck gets out of the way. That was a bit too close for comfort there. And into 3, Parker will pull ahead here by a couple car lengths. And now Kilo is all by himself.
Alright, this is where it's all going to happen here. Kiloa, as soon as Kiloa slots himself back in line, I think somebody's going to make a move. It's just a matter on who. Somebody behind Parker White. Of course, the leader himself can't make a move. They were trying to block for it. White flag.
Yeah, the move for the leader is to block. That's about the only thing he can do, as all 5 of them are in a line, but how long will they stay like that?
Not really sure. Kenny looking in, looking out. Haley's going to pull out. Will Kenny pull out as well? Looks like he won't. Wow, I'm very surprised Kenny didn't take the bait, but here comes Haley.
Yeah, they don't have enough steam, though. They need a 3rd truck up there, and if I'm Peter. I'm pulling out onto the top out of 4, and if Park goes to block, I'm gonna pull a wicked crossover if I can. We'll see what he does.
Peter's clear. Haley, no, never mind. Haley got to the backside of Peter.
He can't do it.
He can't do it. That might be it.
Yeah, Haley got a bigger run than I thought he was going to. I thought Peter could have swung out high and won it, but
oh, there he
now
goes.
He's going to. Parker's going to block, and Peter's going to be the odd one out. Here comes Haley up the middle. They're all going to be there. They all end up wrecking, and it's going to be Parker taking the LCQ win.
Could flip it over across the start-finish line. Everybody getting themselves across.
Yeah, Peter had the right idea, but well-timed block for Parker shut the door on that pretty quickly. There's Vanderlee crossing the line all the way back in 6th, running literally all by himself. And it's another 16 or so seconds back to Tommy Reynolds and Brian Kendrick. Here they are.
Yeah, they're going to have a photo finish right across to the line.
Oh, that was pretty close.
That was close.
It'll be Kendrick. And that will be it here for the LCQ. So next up is the main event. So after all that, hopefully a much cleaner main event we end up having than what we've seen so far, but
gonna go ahead and restart
no
ATVO.
Shortage of excitement, though.
Yeah, that's all right. It's been very, very exciting. I mean, been a lot of wrecks and stuff like that, but, you know, it's the heats. Luckily, everybody has a second chance to get themselves into a nice rhythm. Get ATVO refreshed and such. Get ourselves set here for tonight. So, well, hopefully we don't have, like, a bunch of cautions. But now the session limit goes from 60 to 80. So now, instead of an hour, we got an hour and 20. So we won't have to worry about session time.
Yeah, that was a bit of an issue we ran into last week, where I think we ended up having a one-lap shootout it was a 2-lap shootout, but we weren't able to go to all 3 green-white checkers because it ran up to the limit. So, unless we have a caution like every 2 laps, that should not be an issue now. So I think we'll just have a little bit of a warm-up here. And that flagman getting quite the workout there.
He's going to get more of a workout once he starts waving yellow flags.
Yeah. At the very least, the initial green. Hopefully that's the only flag he has to wave until the white flag, so we'll see. So now that the heats are done, we can present to you the combined starting order here for the main event. That starts with our heat winners. Jasper Lenglade, Heat 1 winner, and Richard Sprague, Heat 2 winner.
Number 2 is going to be Colton Zimmer, Jeremy Leto, the 086.
Yeah, so to make this easier, the row numbers are going to be the row that the position that they finished in the heat. So Miles Nelson, 3rd in Heat 1, Henry Tabor, 3rd in Heat 2.
Your 4th place finishers, Mitchell Armstrong in the 32, Nathan Lyons, number 3.
And Eduardo Munez and Connor Brannon will round out the top 10. Rest of the order will be shown on the bottom of your screen. Pick your favorite driver, and in this case, even a real-life driver, and hope they do pretty good, or maybe even win the race here for tonight. As you work our way through the back half of the field, 37 trucks will take the green flag here for tonight. We'll see which one of them ends up on top.
And there's some very notable drivers toward the back who are going to be probably searching for the front. I mean, Benjamin A. White, I know, is going to be as aggressive as he can right up off the bat. Nathan Lyons in that number 3, he's going to be aggressive off the bat. And we got a bunch of drivers toward the front who have never started toward the front. I think they're going to drop themselves down to the apron and just get themselves out of harm's way. But regardless, there's some names you wouldn't typically see up here who are going to be starting inside this top 10.
Yeah, the craziness of the heats have really thrown a wrench into, I guess, what we would typically see towards the start of one of these main events. So for people like Jasper Lenglade and Richard Sprague, who won the 2 heats, of course, no knock on their driver talent, but they just don't start up there very often. But it's a good chance now to see them up there and see what they can do in terms of leading laps and controlling the lines. So perhaps this would be a good learning experience for them to maybe become better plate racers. And not only just for them, but guys like Leto in 4th, and Tabor and Nelson. A lot of the guys we don't typically see up towards the front earlier on. So again, it can be a learning experience for everyone. And it should be a fun show.
Okay, Leto. Well, I mean, trying to get everything situated. Jasper Lenglade is going to lead the thing to the green. 47 laps. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have a fair amount of early cautions, no doubt about, to get ourselves set here for the night. And, oh goodness gracious, hopefully that first caution doesn't take out 500 drivers, even though there's 37.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have a Heat 2 wreck, because if we have a Heat 2 wreck, it's going to take a lot of people out. Would not surprise me if there's some pit starters. We'll see, though.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised either. Because I expect a very early caution. The way these people are racing off that first, second LCQ, it's going to be hectic. Green flag is out at Talladega. We're up and away here, trucking.
And Sprague will dive right down to the bottom behind Lenglade, as we'll have 47 laps on tap here for tonight. 1/4 of the distance of a regular Cup Series event here at Talladega. So we'll see who can come out on top here in about an hour or so.
Bunch of drivers. They're 4 wide in the back.
Oh, they are not wasting any time as a couple people are dropping onto the apron and getting out of harm's way. Because the way they're racing, something might happen early here. They're all over the place.
Yeah, some of these drivers want to get out of here. Some of these drivers want to be up there. Connor Brandon, surprised he's moving to the back, but here's the driver that I'm noting to work himself to the front. Here comes Lyons at number 3.
Yeah, after Connor spun on lap 1 of his heat, I mean, it would not surprise me if he lays in the back for a majority of the night. And at the line, it'll be the 2 heat winners, 1-2, Lenglade control the field.
One driver works himself, or trying to work himself to that 3rd line, but top 3 are all single file. It's Lenglade, Sprague, and Zimmer. But I got the 3 of Nathan Lyons. He's going to go to the top. Never mind. Oh, here we go.
Oh, boy. There are already 3, maybe even 4 back there, as Zimmer's going to make a move to the bottom side. Lenglade's going to shut the door on him. But the 09 with a solid run early, now up to P2.
Too early. It's too early. Connor,
pushing in the corners.
Some of these drivers are all over each other, but man,
they're being really aggressive in the corners, and it's really risky to push that much. So hopefully that doesn't trigger an incident, but a couple close calls already. As Lyons takes it at the line and cannot come down.
And he's going to get split. Now Nelson goes up to the high side. He's going to get split 3. They're going to stack up middle. Oh!
They're stacking up big time. They got to be careful here. Connor moves down to the bottom, and they almost wrecked a couple seconds back from these guys. Oh, boy. Peter moves down to the bottom. Nelson moves down to the middle groove. Herbert Solomon there, the 173 by himself, and Lyons almost split it 3. Good thing he didn't. That probably would not have ended well for anybody. As the 15 slides down to the very bottom. There goes Parker to the middle, and Peter gets shoved onto the apron. They're going all over the place again. Lenglade's still at the line. Hopefully they can gather this up pretty quick.
Yeah, Peter got a huge shot.
Yeah, somebody really got into him there.
Yeah, from the 00 Miles Nelson. Nelson came down right in front of Peter. He got dropped to the apron, but luckily Connor right behind. He kept him in line, and seems as... Oh, there goes Lyons!
Lyons goes upside down, tumbles down the backstretch. First caution is out here on lap 4, and everybody misses him. Wow, what a ride there for Nathan Lyons, and I'm shocked that nobody else ran into him. But that'll be the end of the night there for the 3, and we'll get a look and see what brought out our first yellow.
That was a hard lift to the outside of barrier. And...
I think someone turned it.
The most aggressive person in the field got wrecked. You saw Lyons, you know, he was controlling it in the Next Gen race, nearly won it. He was controlling it during the Xfinity race, nearly won it. And here tonight, his hopes of coming up and away with a victory is going to come up short. And looks like this one's going to be on the 38.
Yeah, I gave him too big of a push, and oh boy. But just the fact that this was only those two. There's all these trucks that were laying towards the back coming up on this, and unless somebody spun it on the apron into turn 3, the fact that that was only a 2-car wreck, including a flip after starting in the top 10, is remarkable. That should have been a lot bigger.
Yeah, I mean, on board with the 38 of Kevin White Jr.
Handle the push. And there he goes, right up and over. And that'll probably be race-ending damage for the 38 as well.
Yeah, right about bang right there. There goes the 3 flying.
Yeah, props to everybody back here for getting it slowed down and missing this. You got to flip the truck flipping in the middle of the racing group, and everybody got around them. So good job there for everyone staying out of harm's way. And this will bring us under yellow for the first time here in the main event. You're on lap 5. That was a crazy one.
Nick Roten. Seems as though a bit of issues on him. He's disconnected, I think. Yeah, Roten disconnected. I'm not really sure. It looks like he's trying to get something fixed, or rather, voluntary withdrawal. Not really sure about that. But here's everybody on pit road. And I guess those first couple of heats did actually sort those drivers out. A bunch of people decided they were gonna lay toward the back, and in result, that's why a bunch of people had time to go ahead and slow it down to avoid. There was a bunch of people single file toward the back, and they decided it honestly seems as though it's there's more defiable strategies here in this race than there was the last 3 races. There's not a lot of people going for the front. I mean, you still have our classic 10, 15 truck field toward the front. All those drivers want to keep themselves up there, but toward the back, there was a long line of drivers who were single file.
Yeah, and I'm sure there were some people that probably saw the way the heats and the LCQ unfolded and decided to completely change the strategy they were going to use. I'm sure there were some people that were thinking about getting to the front early and probably thought, you know what, on second thought, maybe I should stay in the back for a while. So we'll see if that ends up being the case for anybody. But they're also not good on fuel, even if they pit right now. The window is about 28 to 30 laps. So they'll still be about 10 laps short from here.
Right. Biggest movers of the race so far, of course, you got to factor in pit stops. All these people who did decide to hit pit road. Jace Nelson in the 66 has decided to stay himself out. So he's going to be... he's up multiple positions of where he started. Actually, I pulled up the wrong panel. Sorry about that. Here we go. This is the right one. He's up, looks like 23 positions where he started, and I think same thing with Harrison. No, it looks like Harrison decided to go back down on pit road.
Yet I'm not surprised that this many people stayed out, since no one's good on fuel to the end. I mean, I can understand track position here.
Right.
But it will make a difference if this runs green to the end, how long these guys that are out there now can stay out there. Make a difference later on. But if it doesn't go green, no harm in that.
Zimmer, Lenglade, Sprague, Nelson, and Brannon. I know Brannon, Nelson, Eduardo, and maybe Benjamin might be working with each other, so we'll see if those 4 drivers could get themselves hooked together. I know Jace and Connor, they're definitely working themselves together, so watch out for this 92 and 66. Still a fair amount of drivers left in this race on lap 7 out of 47. Over 30 drivers on the lead lap. Count it 34. All in it. So here we go. Pace car is going to scoot itself onto pit road, and we'll be going up and away with this event. First restart of the night. Had a small green flag run. Honestly, bigger than what I thought, because I expected a fair amount of, a big wreck that first caution. But only 2 drivers have been taken out. Not Henry Tabor, but Nick Roten in the 15 out of it for other issues. It was, looks like Colton's going to decide to hit the throttle early. Wow, big jump there, and this is going to definitely fan out the field. And look at all these drivers toward the back trying to get themselves going. They might not be in a good spot, as Connor Brandon will lead the will be at the caboose of this 5-car truck pull away, excuse me.
Yeah, reminder that, oh my goodness, Connor almost doing the 0-0 right there. But a reminder that if you hit coming to 1 to go, you have to line up single file for the restart. So that's why everybody's all spread out like this, with all the people that came back down and topped off on fuel. So with Colton hitting the throttle as early as he did, it really spread everybody out, basically from one end of the backstretch to the other. And Miles just got shuffled out again.
Yeah, he's getting booted left and right, and they are not going anywhere. And it's a big separation from, like, I'd say 19th on back, and all these drivers toward the back are going to have to do something, or they're going to have to catch a caution.
Yeah, and with the way that they have to line up single file, it bunches everybody up really quickly, and just like that, a 5-truck breakaway has now become about a 15-truck pack. And oh my goodness!
How did he save that? That was Parker White, who was dead sideways, and that slowed the entire field down because everybody checked up for it, and now this grows the pack even further.
Yeah, Lenglade moved up a bit, and I think he overreacted perhaps, or overcorrected it, and he was dead sideways in that 95, but he held on somehow, and now we're 3x3 as Connor's trying to get the draft to both lines. And out of 4, Colton controls the field there on the bottom. Man, that was close.
Yeah, that was way too close. I can't. Luckily, Parker has the talent to keep it straight. Colton gets booted up the racetrack by Lenglade. Connor's trying to split it 3. Colton keeps himself up front.
Connor's wasting no time getting back up there.
Jace Nelson trying to lead a 3rd line toward the back.
Yeah, and Connor's got help from Parker now, who we just saw made that really impressive save. And somebody saw that and said, you know what, I'm out of here. And they're going to drop to the rear of this pack as Miles makes a big move up to the top in front of Jace.
3 wide.
3 once again.
Yeah, and Jace looks like it's not tucked up to this 0-0. And that 3rd line is probably going to falter through this 4th corner. So Jace is now clear of that bottom line, and he's going to decide to stay loyal to that 3rd lane. Kilo is going to back out, though, and that's going to destroy it now.
Oh, they're getting a little bit antsy again. Zimmer leads the line. They're really starting to stack up now, and here's the 2nd pack starting to form up. They all restarted single file.
Yeah, they're 4 seconds behind, now 3.2, so they are catching these people ahead of them. Yeah, it looks like they caught up. I'm very surprised about that. These drivers toward the back, they did catch up to this top pack.
Yeah, honestly, to me, it took a bit longer than I thought it was going to, but they're all there.
I thought they wouldn't have.
Yeah, it might have just been strength in numbers back there with just how many people were spread out. As we're side by side for the lead still, Zimmer on the bottom, Brendan in the middle. Nelson takes a look up top in front of the other Nelson in the field. And at the line, it'll be the 09 by about half a truck length.
Yeah, Jason and Miles both trying that 3rd lane, called the Nelson lane, but nobody's good. They didn't go anywhere. Not enough trucks yet, as Nelson...
Oh, and Jace just left them out.
Yeah, Jace just left Miles out, so they're going to file back in line. And since now everybody's regrouped, Gonna see a bit of more shuffling as a couple of drivers drop to the apron. Looks like Benjamin A. White, one of those drivers. I'm very surprised to see Benjamin lay toward the back.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, he got wrecked in the heat and the LCQ. Probably like, I'm tired of getting wrecked out of races early. I'm going to stay in the back until, you know, later on in the game. So we'll see if it works out for him, but I cannot blame him for doing that.
Yeah, but I'm just very surprised. Like, the past previous trends... Uh-oh, Larry McReynolds time, but...
Wait, look at the trends!
Yeah, gotta look at the trends, guys! But, Benjamin is usually an aggressive racer. I'd see him run toward the front and try to maintain the lead. He did it once, successfully. Put himself in victory lane, but... it seems as though this time he's gonna elect with a different one, as to the top side, here comes Lenglade. And he gets a bad push from Connor. Connor gets sideways, and both of them keep it straight.
Stack up the middle lane. Yeah, sometimes if what you're doing doesn't work, it's best to switch it up and see if you can get the same results.
Oh, Connor hooked that Lenglade!
Going to get turned by Connor. Second caution of the night here on lap 13. Jace Nelson goes for a spin. There's Peter Kenny in the 51. And hopefully that second pack got it slowed down in time, because there's a lot of trucks back there. But it looks like Connor just maybe gave the Lenglade too big of a push. And that might be it there for the 92 tonight.
Nearly, there was a wreck down the back, and...
I think it was a similar deal to what we saw in the first yellow, where Kevin White just gave a bit too much of a push to Lyons, and I think we just saw the same thing happen here. It's very risky to push in the corners, and...
yeah, and Lenglade washed up, and Connor, of course, you could lift, and...
Burgee involved as well back there.
Peter gets in it.
But did anybody else end up in this further back? Because I don't know how long it took Lenglade to slide down the track.
Definitely on Connor's fault there, by the way. Just because Lenglade did wash up, of course Connor has that other pedal to slow it down, but it seems as though it just didn't work out.
And I think Sprague might have some right side damage. I think he got tagged by Lenglade as he spun, but I don't think it'll be that bad if he does. And this is where we might see some fuel saving, because we're at 33 to go at the line. We're probably going to be under yellow for 2 or 3 more laps. So when we go green, we're going to be right on the fuel bubble now. And it's going to be close.
So, a fair amount of drivers do hit pit road. Are we going to have a same scenario of what we saw last time, in which a fair amount of drivers decided to pit during this last run? We'll have to see. So under caution for the second time. This one involving Lenglade, Connor, and fair amount of drivers. I mean, we'll take another look at it again to see if we missed anybody who was involved. Of course, Lenglade right there. There's a right side damage that you were mentioning about.
Yeah, that's on Sprague and the 148. Kiloa got a piece of it right there. Parker got
White.
The wall. Lenglade came up into Burgee right there. There's the 83. Nowhere for Jason Peter to go, with Connor spinning back down the hill. And now what I'm curious about is if anybody back here got Lenglade again. Because he hit Burgee, and I don't know where else he went. Or did he end up... Maybe he ended up saving it after hitting the 83. I'm not sure.
Might have.
That could have been a much bigger incident, though. Let's see.
Yeah, I just got it straight.
We did. All right. So that's the second time tonight that we've had a wreck start in the top 10, and we've had under 5 cars involved in it, or under 5 or 6. So another wreck that could have been way bigger than it was. Tough break, of course, for everyone that was involved in it, but definitely could have been a much bigger incident.
Yeah, yet again, another small incident that should have been 50 cars, but instead it wasn't. Now we got new names up in the mix. Matthew Klein's inside this top 10. Mark Austin, I think he was a part of this duel. Got Kendrick up here. Leto has held his ground so far. Now inside this top 10. Tommy Reynolds in the 99, he's up in the mix. Got Hankins up here as well. Eduardo has now worked himself in 13th. See Justin Johnson, this last week's winner at number 8 of Justin. He's up here in the mix as well. So should be interesting. Are we gonna have a strategy? Are we gonna have a situation of what we saw last week? I mean, not at last week. The last truck race in which a bunch of people decided to hit pit road and make it all the way to the end. A bunch of people saving. We'll have to see. And there's more drivers here in this race than there was at Daytona. So that's going to be very interesting to see on how this will all play out. Here we go. Zimmer, I mean, most of the field is double file, so I don't think he has the option to dig in with that throttle early this time. He was looking to separate the pack last time, but looks like
green.
Won't have that option this time. Green flag is out. Nelson squeezes himself right in front of Mark Austin, and now we have a 7 truck inside line. Gonna be more than that as the 32. That's Mitchell Armstrong making some headway through.
Yeah, another disconnected restart, of course, so we have 31 to go, and the projected window is 28 to 30. So it's going to be really, really close on fuel, so we might see some saving here as this run goes on, as Miles Nelson will take the race lead away, or so I thought, as he gets a big shot from Richard Sprague that's going to knock him out of line and might knock him out of the top 10.
Third or fourth time Miles has been bumped out of the way as Benjamin squeezes himself to the high side. Here comes that one. I was mentioning about him. He started himself 16th on the off the restart. Now he's worked himself inside this top 5. And he has help too. Here comes the 83. They're still looking fairly ill. Now Sprague is going to get dipped out. They're going to go 3 wide now. Bye-bye to Sprague. Here comes the 99 and Tommy Reynolds. He might even take the lead. Looks like he doesn't have a good enough run, though. Still a fair amount of drivers laying toward the back, but they're 2 by 2. Now they go 3 wide. That's a double
Miles
zero.
Again.
Yeah, Nelson again, but this time he has a bit of help. It's Dominic Howe, but I think with the run that Howe's going to have, he's going to take it 4 wide.
He might. Oh, yeah, he did. Looks like they went down to 3 by the time he got there. Close call. Nonetheless.
And Howe took it 4 wide at Daytona last week, but this time at Dega, he has enough room to make it work. And look how many drivers are going to drop to the apron.
Whoa! They might go 3-1 on the apron back there.
Yeah, a bunch of people decided to drop out. They left out Zimmer dry, but look at these drivers having the run. All of these drivers, they got a big run because that inside line disconnected. They wanted to drop themselves to the rear. And now we have new names inside this top 5. How about the 01 working himself out in nowhere? That's Sawyer St. Clair.
Haven't seen him all night.
Oh, there you go!
No! And there
Parker's gonna save it.
Well, he saved it, but that's gonna be a lot of damage to the 95. As I think Reynolds washed up and got into him in the middle of the trial bowl. So great save by Parker to avoid a wreck happening, but that's a lot of damage now to the 95.
Yeah, Parker, he's gonna pull it to the apron and just get it out of harm's way. He's done.
Yeah, he knows it. That's unfortunate for him. As meanwhile up front, it'll be Sprague and St. Clair side by side for the lead.
Klein taking it 3. He goes nowhere though.
I think he started this race almost dead last, and he's worked his way up into the top 10 now as they're approaching halfway, as one truck's gonna... I thought they were gonna pit.
Yeah, it's too early to pit,
That was interesting. That was Reynolds, I think. He just... You know what? I wonder if he received a penalty, perhaps, for that contact with Parker.
Klein goes up against the safer barrier just to let people in on the inside. And you got a damaged truck leading the second pack, so this is actually Lewis Galvin in the... And this is the 173 of Herbert Sullivan. Herbert is... He's very damaged, and he's slowing that whole entire second line down. Now they're going to take it 3. Miles is going to go with whoever that is. They might be splitting them. They're going to go full wide.
Full wide. Sawyer St. Clair all by himself in the middle. Sprague leads it at the line, but they're still 4-1.
Oh, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. It did work. I cannot believe it. Benjamin also squeezed himself through. Benjamin is weaving himself through the field. He is like a needle in a haystack. He's working through everybody right now.
Yeah, and like I said, with the way he was wrecked out of the heat in the LCQ, I can understand him wanting to be aggressive and get back up there. And, oh my goodness, I thought we were going to wreck. That's him and Benjamin now, or excuse me, him and Burgee going up to the middle, trying to get up to the front.
Now they're 2x2. I think that those drivers in the back have now caught this lead. Pack contact and around got the 35. No! He's gonna not save it.
And he comes back down.
Oh
and my goodness!
Hit a dude on the apron.
What? And that's not a caution because it happened on the apron.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I think that truck was just exiting pit road.
All right, man.
Oh, now the caution comes out.
Now the yellow's out.
Shouldn't have been a yellow.
I mean, an admin yellow.
Yeah, that was an admin yellow.
But I think somebody was exiting pit road and Thornton ended up hitting him.
Now watch this hit. Oh my gosh. You talk about bad timing. This is the worst, like...
And nothing St. Clair could do either, but... Yeah. Oh.
Who is this?
No!
Is this this is Marcus Vanderlee?
Oh,
murdered!
Oh, no.
Absolutely murdered. That's terrible.
Yeah, he was exiting pit road and got clobbered.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, are you kidding me?
That's bad.
That is just the worst timing possible. Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Well, fuel is no longer a concern as long as everyone hits, but, I mean, you cannot time that any worse.
No, you can't.
Oh.
That's bad. Bad. Oh my goodness gracious.
I mean, it looked like it was just a bump gone wrong, but just of all the times to wreck at pit exit with a truck right there. I mean, man.
Oh crap.
It's a tough break for all three of them, but especially Marcus. I mean, it looked like his truck was already damaged before the contact was made, so he might have just been repairing damage, and it's gonna have to do it all over again now.
I mean, I feel so bad for him. That I've had that happen in a fairly, you know, similar situation. I'm a lap car letting people by, and they wreck on the inside and wash right into me. Oh my goodness, that sucks. That sucks. That is so demotivating for Marcus too. His luck, horrible. That is garbage. That is absolute trash can. That is trash can of a luck. Of luck. Excuse me.
Yeah, you cannot get any unluckier than that. That is just the way that the stars had to align for that to happen. Poor Marcus. So, like I said, with this caution coming out, fuel no longer a concern. Unless we get, like, every overtime attempt.
So that means, no more laying back, you think? This 25, or we're gonna hit it?
I don't know. It's tough. Like, there's no way that that's the last wreck of the night. At least for me. And it honestly depends on when the yellow comes out. Like, if the yellow comes out and we go back green with 10 to go, of course no more laying back. But if we wreck in maybe 2 more laps and we go back green with maybe 16 or 17, do you still lay back or do you immediately try to go to the front? Like, I don't know how much longer you can wait with the way this has gone.
So, with my own experience, I typically like to wait till 10 laps to go. Because once this from 10 laps to go to 5 laps to go is when you're setting yourself up for that final push coming to the finish. And of course, during those 5 final laps, you could you're obviously in position to pull yourself nicely. I'm actually very curious on what other drivers have to think about, you know, super speedway strategy and stuff like that. A fair amount of drivers are gonna actually hit pit road. Not like too many, but you know, decent amount. Dominic's gonna go on the pit road. Yeah, I mean,
a couple people staying out, which is really surprising.
I don't think you want to stay out. I think we're catch a caution. I'm knowing Zimmer's gonna take the lead, so you know Zimmer's gonna jump the start as soon as pace car hits pit road, and since he knows, the one to go, yeah,
they can't come and top off now. That was your chance to top off. So
right.
I don't know about this. If this goes green to the end, they're not gonna make it, or
so
it'll be very, very, very close at the very least. But let me rephrase it this way: if it goes to overtime, they're not going to be good. But if it stays green, they might be all right.
So Colton, he's going to probably do the same thing as what he did that one restart in which he decided to jump it because he knows how many people decided to top off on fuel. There was a fair amount of people who decided to go ahead and come on in.
And they're going to be single file again.
And they're going to be single file, so... I think Colton's going to jump to start, like what he did last time, and he's going to fan out the field, and those drivers toward the back, I mean, they got to be attentive of it. They need to know when Colton is going so they won't fall behind. And if one slight delay, hiccups...
He's got to be careful.
Yeah,
because if he doesn't want to become a sitting duck while doing that...
Right. Maybe you need to correlate.
Which makes it really interesting that he picked the outside here.
I think he wanted to pick the outside just to drop in front of Sprague. So Sprague is the only car to get, or one of the only trucks to get his draft once he does decide to jump it. We'll have to see. I'm not very sure why he picked the top side. We'll have to see. Here he goes.
I want to interrupt this real quick to say that, totally unrelated, but 15 seed St. Peter's has just advanced to the Sweet 16. Just wanted to put that out there, because, yeah, March Madness, baby.
Heck yeah. Gonna pull the ORU. And green. Zimmer decided to not jump the restart. Some drivers toward the back are like flying. I am not sure what they are doing, but regardless, Zimmer he didn't jump the restart. Very surprised about that, but they got disorganized back there regardless. It's Zimmer, you know. Look at all these people. They're going like nowhere, and
oh boy, Mark Austin made a big move down at the bottom.
Yeah,
the 88, and now that's. I can't tell who that all black truck is. I can't read the number.
Lewis Galvin.
Yeah, they're going 3 wide right now around him.
Yeah, Lewis Galvin in a 7. Off the corner they go. Big separation with a whole entire pack. They're still sort of regrouped. I mean, they're sort of, kind of grouped up.
20 to go at the line. Oh my, they are not grouped up. That was close.
Oh no. Oh no. Miles is gonna split the middle. He's gonna shove Lewis out of the way. He might be looking for more though. Here comes Benjamin to help. And Miles, he worked himself up to the high side. Lewis is looking down to the bottom. He might have looking, take it forward, go 4 wide.
Here 4. Oh my goodness, that was close between Galvin and I think Cole Williams. They doored about halfway down the backstretch and they held on to it.
Can't believe they held it straight. Galvin got hooked in the right rear and he kept it forward.
And there's Dominic back to the lead. I haven't seen him for a lot of the night.
We saw him in the heat events though. Here he is up front. Now he drops himself down to the bottom. Now we're getting some powerhouse names up here. Benjamin in second. Got Zimmer. This whole entire top 3. You got Williams up there as well. Now we're seeing some big names. Whoa, man, that inside line decided to drop out. That's 88 of Mark Austin and 32.
Now the top 2. Oh, Nelson got down before Benjamin did, and that's going to give the 00 the lead here out of 4. Good move there for Miles. Timed that perfectly and slugged out of the bottom. And he takes over the top spot, coming to 18 to go.
$18 laps to go this time by. Still a fair amount of drivers left on this lead lap. Got 25 drivers on the mark. Can they make it all the way to the end? Maybe. Not really sure. We'll have to see though.
Close.
There's not a lot of drivers in this main pack too. They've split themselves up. Because there's a second pack all the way 16, or not 16 seconds back, but 2 seconds back with the 252, and you can see the separation there. These drivers who laid themselves back, they laid too far. This is Quan is leading the second pack.
I think they've got time. It just depends on if another wreck happens. As here comes Leto and Sprague. Third line. Back.
Man, how about that for Jeremy Leto? He's gonna work himself in front of Williams, but Leto seems as though he's gonna stay contested. They're gonna go 4 wide because of it.
Oh my, that was close there.
Yeah, they got disorganized.
And they had to gather that up really quick, and thankfully they did. As they're gonna go side by side for the lead, Benjamin and Miles. Look at Sprague trying to make enough room up on the top side. Barely any room, and they got it done. Dominic swings down before Nelson can block, and that 00 is going to go all the way to the back.
Wow, there are some big blocks being thrown, and I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these drivers spin right in front of the field, and you mentioned it. That's the caution they needed to maybe... Oh! Huge block by Sprague! And he got turned!
No! There you go! And he's gonna save it, I think.
Oh,
man.
Henry ran into him. But, I mean, not as bad.
Poor Tabor, but that could have been so much worse. How did they hold on to that? And Eduardo was up to the lead, and I'm not jinxing him this week.
Oh, no, please.
Not again.
Not again.
Do not do this again.
How did Eduardo get the lead? Where did he come from? Now he's gonna... Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. He gained split 3. Benjamin on the high side as Bergie in the middle. Yeah, it's all from Nelson.
Yeah, tough break for Dominic as well, who had just gotten up there.
Matthew Klein's in this top. What?
Yeah, where did Klein come from? As they're hitting 15 to go this time, we're 3 wide for the lead.
Oh, he's on the apron. What is he doing? Oh, he's getting out of harm's way. He doesn't want to be a part of this mix. Yeah, he just dropped himself out. Oh, he might have steering issues. Klein really dropped out. He's going to lose the pack.
I think he had to retire with a hardware issue not that long ago. So
right, he did have a hardware issue,
again,
so... And as soon as he got up there, he has a hardware issue. So Klein goes to the back.
Yeah, tough break there for him, but nothing in his control, of course. Eduardo and Benjamin, number 1, number 2. Side by side for the top spot.
Oh, goodness. Benjamin got a huge shot to grab this lead. Cole Williams in this 42 is looking oh so good behind this number 1. And Benjamin knows how to control this thing. Eduardo gonna pick him up.
Now the tough question is, at this point in the race, how much longer do you wait before you start making your move?
Gotta wait till 10 to go. So give it 4 laps, and I think we're gonna be set for this final 10-lap sprint. Eduardo.
I'm looking around 15th or 16th. Ethan Harrison, the points leader, or second in points coming into tonight, is running around there. Kaz Grala's in that mix. Quentin Haley, Blake Kennedy, Josh Patterson. That whole group right there. I wonder how long they're gonna wait to try to make a move, as we see a couple silver trucks will get out of harm's way. And with 13 to go, and it's Benjamin taking the top spot. I think all these trucks were involved in wrecks that didn't bring a yellow out.
They all moved themselves to the apron and out of harm's way. Still a lot of drivers on the lead lap. They're all sort of discombobulated for right now. Benjamin leads this thing. He has Eduardo as a pusher. Sort of a waiting game right now, but everybody's, oh man, Mark Austin cut a Toyota in the background. He cut Mitchell Armstrong in the back, and that nearly was a wreck. Both of the K1 speed cars, or trucks, excuse me. The 1-2 drivers are running 1 and 2.
Still side by side. Other truck will get out of the way there.
That's Justin
Number
Johnson.
1. The 1 and the 2 running P1 and P2 still coming to 11 laps to go. And they stay there.
Eduardo's doing a nice job of pushing this one. I'm very surprised Eduardo hasn't really pulled out a line to make something happen, but Eduardo's doing a nice job of keeping himself pinned to the backside of this one.
I think he's going to wait.
Oh, he has to wait. I mean, no, he's sort of boxed in line right now. Williams is going to do all he can to pinch that one of
Look
Benjamin.
At Kendrick up there. I haven't seen him up here all night.
He's up in the mix.
Pretty good time to show up here at the top 5. Oh, Eduardo, I think he's thinking about it. He's got to be careful. He can't move up too much or Zimmer's going to fill the gap.
Yeah, and Eduardo's been... Gotta push it right. Don't blow up the motor trying to push that one. He has to back out sometime, and now Benjamin goes to the high side, so this is going to give some air to Eduardo. Oh, but Benjamin... Oh, my God, he kept it straight. He got sideways, though.
That was close. 10 to go. And if you're sitting around 15th place, I think now is when you're going to really need to press the issue.
Yeah, now it's go time. It's go time now.
If you were thinking about it now, you've got to make it happen.
Man, Eduardo was weaving around. He's still weaving around. Not really sure what he's doing, but all that weaving is going to allow Benjamin and Cole to clear for the lead.
And the outside is disconnected as well. Galvin's going to get hooked up with Miles Nelson pretty quick here. And it looks like Tabor will scoot himself out of the way. He was the car that got into Sprague when he was trying to gather it up. That did not bring the yellow out. So 9 to go this time.
Still a fair amount of drivers laying toward the back.
And I'm surprised they're waiting this long. I wonder if it's a fuel thing. I wonder if they're that close on fuel where they can't really force it.
That's right.
And they might get disconnected here. There's a bit of a gap there. Looks like from 10th on back. And that's Mitchell Armstrong in 11th. So I think Harrison in 12th. So we'll see if that second pack can try to catch up and make this one big one here.
That's Dominic they're catching up on.
What?
K1 Speed Trucks. I think they're working with each other.
Yeah, I just saw that too. They both did the same thing, and oh my, that was close. Cole went on the apron for a minute. That's going to stack up the inside. Why is that truck staying up there? That scared me a little bit, as Kendrick's going to pull side by side there with Benjamin for the lead. And there goes Zimmer. He's going to move up to the top to fill the gap between Miles and Lewis. And here we go, 2x2 again.
Oh, Miles looking to split it 3. Oh,
there goes Harrison. That second pack caught up. They're there.
Oh, Miles got hooked and Eduardo did it.
Nelson was up into the air. Please don't set him back up the track. And I think they... Oh, no. And there goes Quentin Haley in the 13.
Man,
Caution's going to come out. And this might set us up for a green-white checker restart.
Miles was he was bound to get turned.
Yeah, Eduardo was trying to save it and came back up the hill, and unfortunately one truck got into him. Tried everything he could.
Looks like, yeah, 3 wide and...
Yeah. He almost went over. He was almost completely on his right side. There's Eduardo. He tried. He did everything he could, just wasn't enough.
Yeah, and it was Dominic who ran into him.
Rollo might have gotten damaged there. I'm not sure if the two and him made contact or not. Ooh, that's close.
Yeah, looks like there was.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And Haley, I mean...
And Haley trying to save it.
Not too much contact, but, I mean, Eduardo's just trying to keep it down to the bottom. And...
Yeah, he did everything he could. They just ran out of space, unfortunately. I think Gralla might be okay. That damage doesn't look too bad. But, yeah, wild ride there for Nelson, and he locked it down and kept his breath.
Oh, tagged the inside wall just a bit. So, yeah.
Definitely could have been worse for him. I mean, Miles' wreck looked worse, but I think Eduardo got more damage.
Yeah. Eduardo ended up hitting more cars than Miles did. Pits are open, not expecting anybody to pit, and now Benjamin... Oh, Cole decided... No, never mind. I thought he was going to decide to pit. I thought he was going to come in for damage, but...
Yeah, a lot of people coming down. Honestly, I would come down too, because, you know, at this point, if we go to overtime and you don't pit, you might not be good on fuel if we need all 3 of them. But it looks like some people electing for track position.
Kaz does have a meatball flag. Herbert Solomon and Decal.
That's weird. That contact didn't look that bad, but
Yeah,
unfortunately, I guess it did. Or I guess it was. The tough break there for him. He had been laying back, I think, and him and that second pack had just caught up to the leaders, and then that ended up happening.
Yeah, Eduardo.
I think Haley might be okay though.
Haley, yeah, he's okay. So I'm looking at him right now. He's working himself out. The two of Eduardo.
Yeah, he got hit in the back pretty hard. I'm not sure by who, but that's gonna be problematic for him.
Right. It's just back in. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but I mean, Eduardo's most likely out of contention since he's probably taken at least 2 minutes of optional. This is looking to be Benjamin's race. If Benjamin is still in the running by the end of this is a Benjamin win. I feel it. He's a prominent super speedway racer. Knows how the draft works. Knows what blocks to pull. I think this one is going to come out of as our victor here for tonight.
Let's see. So looks like we're going to go green. If we take the one to go here, we'll have 4 to go at the line.
And if Benjamin does get shuffled out, you got some more prominent people right in the background. I mean, you got Cole Williams, Ryan Kendrick. Kendrick's been to victory lane. He won the iScar opener at Daytona. Zimmer and Mark Austin. How about that for Jeremy Leto? This 086. So fun to watch him. One of our rookies is going to be in contention for this final sprint to the finish.
Yeah, pretty solid night so far. We'll see if we can cap it off with a really good finish tonight. Definitely has the chance to.
Here we go. "19 cars on the lead lap. We go all the way back to this 04 of Henry Tabor. But now, since we've regrouped everybody, still a fair amount of drivers 1 lap down. There's Marcus Vanderlee and Dominic Howe. Corralo's 1 lap down. Kilo Hankins 4 laps down. Len Glade on the apron.
Growler's 2 down, so he'll. I think he might be trapped there at this point, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, looks like Justin's going to be the free pass truck if another incident were to occur, but only 3 trucks are a lap down. So the wave around, if everyone pits, won't really be effective at this point. And so we'll see. But yeah, 19 trucks going to decide it here in 4 laps. Number 1 in P1. We'll see if anybody can take it away from him.
Here we go. Benjamin gonna hold everybody back. Green.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, Benjamin went a bit early. So this is going to fan the field out for a moment. Everybody's going to gather some potential energy. And look at them. I think Benjamin might have went a bit too early. And they're really disconnected back there. They're going to have a huge run on these top 4.
Yeah, it would not surprise me at this point if we see by 4 to end this.
Leto goes to the high side. And he might have gotten dipped. No, he's going to get taken 3. There it goes!
Oh, there it is. There goes Kendrick. There goes Leto. Oh, nowhere for Quentin Haley and company to go. Caution's back out. Sprague involved as well.
Look how many people got taken out off of that.
Yeah, this is going to send us back to overtime, and that's about the least shocking thing I think I've seen all night so far. That was bound to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, they started squeezing down the back, and I was like, uh-oh, this is not going to be good. One car made a nice move, trying to go through the middle, but...
That was Visconti.
Yeah, Visconti, he blinked out into...
Yeah, there's Kendrick and Leto. They both go up the hill. Nowhere for Kennedy, Sprague, Haley, Galvin. Nowhere for any of them to go. They all just get swept up in it, unfortunately. But I just don't think the opening was there for Visconti.
Yeah, it started to close up as soon... I mean... It was there when the 88 sort of was riding that that yellow line, but the 152 of Kendrick, yeah, it just closed up.
Yeah, nothing Kendrick could do. There's Patterson taking evasive action onto the apron, and the 13 almost had it missed, but got caught up at the very end. Klein gets through it, and all those trucks that smoke, unfortunately, they're all going to be done for the night at this rate, with how few laps are left.
Right.
Yeah, just not enough of a gap for Visconti to make the move that he did, unfortunately. And a lot of good trucks taken out as a result. Did Miles miss that?
No, he got in it. I saw the 00.
That was close.
Yeah. He right about there.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Man, that took out a bunch of people. So I don't even know how many cars are going to be.
And Cole's the leader now. Him and Zimmer both got by Benjamin.
Mm-hmm. So now this is basically a race of attrition. And I think Cole trying to go 2 in a row. One at Phoenix by 3 or 4 1,000ths over Josh Patterson. And Patterson is right there to pounce. He's in 7th spot. Line running in 12th. He decides to hit pit road. Bunch of people deciding to go ahead and hit pit road.
Decompress before.
Yeah, I mean, I have no words right now.
Restart. Yeah.
Here we go.
So 1-2 green here. This will be overtime attempt 1. Reminder that we get 3 of them. And if the yellow comes out on the 3rd one, the field is frozen in the order that they're in at the time of yellow. So hopefully we don't get there. It's never a way anybody wants a race to end. So hopefully we can get it done here on this first restart. And it'll be Cole Williams, Colton Zimmer, Benjamin White, Mitchell Armstrong, and Ethan Harrison, the top 5. And Harrison came into tonight's race second in the points. So if he can stay where he is, that's a huge point haul as he tries to go for this championship.
With Benjamin stuck in third, if Benjamin's going to do one hell of a job pushing Williams to the front, if Benjamin gets clear, he's definitely going to pull out a line to make a gun for the lead. Here we go. Every time I try to go ahead and sit down to go ahead and think and predict on how this will all go, I always come up short-handed. And
See, I almost think predicting a plate race is exercise, because the chances of it going the way you think it's going to are very low.
green, white, checkered. Pace car's in.
Williams, Zimmer, White, Armstrong, Harrison. Your top 5. Overtime restart number 1. Who will take the checkered flag first?
Hold your breath. Over 3
I don't have a
miles.
breath by the end of this.
Yeah.
Green, green, green.
Green, green. Here we go. What shall happen? It seems as though Benjamin didn't, he's not going to be, ooh, at 32. Mitchell, he got a bit out of line. This is going to go ahead and stall back. This outside line. Benjamin's going to get clear, though, down the back. This is his opportunity. This inside line's going to surge forward, I think.
I don't know. The outside's got a lot of trucks up there. I think they might be able to stay even.
Oh, you are right. You are right about that.
See, they can do that for now, but if anybody decides to take a 3 and a substantial amount of trucks go up there, that's going to really aid the inside. There's one thinking about it, but nobody else is going with him for right now.
You can't. I don't think there's enough trucks to make it 3 wide.
I think somebody will try it, but they've got to do it now because there ain't enough time left if you wait.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Zimmer versus Williams at the line. White flag.
Up top.
Here we go.
White flag. We made it.
Who's gonna take it 3?
Will they all make it back?
I'm not really sure. Benjamin and oh my gosh.
Mitchell. He's thinking about taking it 3. He wants it.
Mitchell got disconnected from Zimmer. This is gonna pull the inside line forward, I think.
Oh, here we go. Oh, they're almost wrecking Bergie.
Yeah, Bergie tried to make it 3.
Look at Zimmer. Can he clear? Mitchell's giving him a huge shot down to turn 3. He cannot clear, and the outside's disconnected. Mitchell chose to take it 3 wide. And that's going to further hamper the outside. Now
but Benjamin's clear.
We're all
as well
3
as
wide. Benjamin has a chance. There he goes. He has help. Through the trial, but they go for the final time. Benjamin White on the middle, Ethan Harrison behind him. They wreck behind them, and at the line, number 1 will finish P1. Benjamin White, your winner at Talladega.
Oh man, Harrison didn't. He decided not to pull out as soon as he got clear with Benjamin, and that really secured Benjamin that finish because Harrison was basically the catalyst of that whole entire scuffle off of turn number 4.
He timed it perfectly, and I'm surprised Zimmer, or Williams rather, didn't try to block him. It almost seems like he just kind of gave it to him, perhaps.
Yeah, I find that a bit surprising, too.
Like, we saw much more where he just blocks on lap 2, but, like, this is the time you typically see it. And we didn't really see it at all, which was pretty interesting. But the thing that really sealed the deal for the outside was... You'll see up here, Mitchell Armstrong gave a really, really big push here to Zimmer, and I thought the 09 was going to have enough to clear. But once the outside got disconnected, Mitchell takes it 3 wide right here, and that just killed all the momentum the outside line had.
Yeah, I mean,
And
and
there's
then
Quan taking advantage of that. He goes up the middle.
this is what
And
I'm
at this-
surprised about. Right here, as soon as Benjamin and pulled out a line, Harrison did it.
sealed it.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I don't think he had the room to because Zimmer pulled out.
Yeah, and then there's Galvin getting into Quan. They all go around. That was a really big wreck back there. But Benjamin comes out on top. And I mentioned in the pre-race, there's been plenty of times where he's qualified up there, but doesn't have the finish he deserves. And tonight, he got the finish he deserved.
Yeah, I mean, he was in a great spot as soon as Mitchell pulled out a line. You're right. You're right about that call.
Yeah, and Harrison going with him sealed it. If Harrison stayed at the bottom, I think Cole would have had this.
Mm-hmm.
And with that all that disconnection there, Patterson just couldn't get up to him fast enough, and there's the contact with Quan. And that's how it happened.
Yep.
Congrats to Benjamin there on taking the win here at Dega. As we run you the full results here after tonight's race. Benjamin White, P1. Cole Williams just comes up a bit short there in second. Ethan Harrison, great points day for him. He'll probably take the points lead after this. Colton Zimmer and Josh Patterson round out your top 5. Ryan Kwan, Matthew Klein, Joe Burgee, Christian Visconti, and Mitchell Armstrong, the rest of your top 10.
11th place, the drum roll, Lewis Galvin in the number 7, Mark Austin, Justin Johnson. Nice recovery by that number 8. He was nearly a lap down. I think he was a lap down, but got himself on the lead lap.
He got the free pass on the overtime caution.
That's right, and he worked himself in the 13th spot. Blake Kennedy, Jeremy Leto, 14th, 15th, Tabor, Hal, Garala, Miles Nelson, and Richard Sprague Jr. round out the rest of the order.
And Ryan Kendrick, Quinton Haley, Marcus Vanderlee, Kiloa Hankins, Jasper Lenglade, your pole sitter, ends up 25th. Herbert Solomon, Slayer St. Clair, Tommy Reynolds, Zachary Thornton, and Parker White, 21st through 30th.
Got Kenny, Nelson, Brandon, Roten, and Lyons round out the 31st to 35th. White and Munoz round out the rest of the order. We'll be right back right after this. More to come after Benjamin A. White wins race number 4 of the season. And we welcome everybody back here live on the MaxspeedTV network. ACOG iRacing Super Speedway Tour results in a Benjamin A. White coming out victorious here for tonight. We'll go ahead and drag Benjamin into the booth here in a moment. But Dewey, what'd you think of tonight's race?
Well, it definitely had its moments, but I'm glad the main event was a bit cleaner than what we saw in the heats and the LCQ, and kind of fitting that the race ended on a perfectly timed move, as most plate races do. And enough from us. Congrats to Benjamin once again, and we'll get him in here and see what he's got to say about his win here tonight.
Yep, into the booth he goes. This number 1 machine of Benjamin A. White led 13 laps of the whole entire event. Bit of overtime, 49 laps to be logged in. But Benjamin, second win in ACOG history for him. Congratulations, Benjamin. First thoughts?
I'm happy I was able to at least make it past the first 10 laps in a race this season. I have gotten wrecked out of just about every race I've done. So I'm happy to get a win. I was happy to work pretty well with a few of the people that I was in voice call with, which was Cole Williams and Ryan Kendrick. So they worked pretty well. with me the whole race. But yeah, for how this season's gone, this was mostly a clean race compared to the other ones, and it had a pretty good finish too. Very solid finish.
Of course, solid for you because you came out up top victorious here at Talladega. Last time you were in victory lane, came at the Xfinity cars at Daytona. So both now you have 2 wins on both. One win on each super speedway. Congratulations about that. But I mean, you said you were working with Kendrick and Williams there during that final restart.
Well, Kendrick was out of the race. It was mostly me and Cole at the end of the race because Kendrick got wrecked before the last restart. But I was working with them throughout the race. And I do hate to correct you. I won the last truck race here, so I have 3.
That's right. Yeah.
But that race was forgettable though. But still, yeah, I was just committed to push Cole to the win. But as soon as the second lane just pretty much collapsed, there was people ditching the leader, which was Colton there. So Colton kind of got it taken away from him there just because the 32 just moved out of line, just wouldn't push him there. But yeah, that destroyed the outside lane. And then I said, all right, Cole, all bets are off. And I made a move to his outside, and then Ethan Harrison gave me a good push to get by him there. I appreciate Ethan for going with me there. He could have done something else to maybe further his points because I know he's going for the championship, but he ended up 3rd. So, I mean, he's probably headed towards a 2nd straight championship, in all honesty.
All right, about 10-4. Benjamin A. White rounds himself out in victory lane. Before we let you go, I just want to thank you for tonight.
I want to thank my Road to Pro team, Nexus Esports, and I would like to thank you for running the league, even though there's some people in here that should be banned after this race. Andrew Lutz. But yeah, hopefully I'll take care of that. But still, thank you for running the league. Thank you and Dewey for doing the broadcast. I always go back and watch these afterwards. So yeah, that's about all I have to thank here.
All right, 10-4. Benjamin A. White rounds himself out victory lane. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you. Take care.
And we'll go ahead and scoot ourselves back to Cole Williams in that number 42. I mean, teammates were basically the name of the game. And Cole Williams, unfortunately, the run, his campaign for 2 in a row is just going to come to a slight halt here at the Talladega Super Speedway, coming up 2nd, just like he did in the street stock race at Dover. But this time, to finish 2nd to your own teammate of Benjamin A. White might not be too sour. But regardless, 2nd place here for tonight, Cole. Congratulations. First thoughts.
Yeah, man, it was a fun time out there. I was kind of surprised we didn't crash it or wreck it up as much, but had fun. I don't really know. That was an unblockable run, but like I just thought to the outside. Like I think Mitchell Armstrong was pushing the outside, and he was like just squirrely, and he got the outside pulled back through 3 and 4. And I was just hoping we'd have a gridlock to the finish because I know Dog would just push me super hard, and he's a good pusher. He's really good at super speedways. And I knew he would probably just give me the checker with the win. I know he had temp left too, so he probably would have just got me there to the checkered flag if he had just had a gridlock. But and he wouldn't have done anything stupid. But I knew if he got clear, he was at least going to make a move. So then I just figured that all right, well he's going to make a move. So I think that my help is going to be quicker to push because the outside was already falling back. So I figured all right, I might be all right. That's why I just have to block coming out of the tri-oval. And then Ethan was able to clear just in time, and so Ethan just went with him. Which I mean, that's just he had a choice either to try to go for himself for the win or to give Dog or me the win. He chose Dog, so it's all right. I mean, he got a better finish out of it pushing Dog. So I mean, that was all it really came down to. Thankfully, Josh Patterson was able to push me back up there and get 2nd. So obviously, the guy we were racing in the street stock race earlier, he came up a little bit short at least, or he's able to push me. So that's. I was thankful for him to at least be able to get. I probably would have finished 5th without that. So, I'm able to miss the wreck at the end. So, yeah, my right front was torn off. I think on like 20 to go, someone just didn't know I was there or something. It just tore it off. So I think that was hurting me a little bit. But in the grand scheme of things, it didn't do much because I was just leading the bottom with Dog pushing me. So we probably would have been chilling, but just the outside got broken up and I couldn't rely on anything else because blocking that would have just got me turned, and I don't want to make Dog mad either because he gets wrecked in these all the time. So I knew we would probably just been chilling if we come home 1-2. We were able to do that. So good win to him. It was a fun time.
All right, about 10-4, Cole Williams round himself out second here for tonight. But before I let you go, any sponsor want to thank you for tonight?
No sponsors. Just shout out to everyone back in India. It was a good time during the race, and thanks for the broadcast. And thanks for the league, and thanks to everyone for racing mostly clean. It was kind of a clean super speedway race for the most part, at least. Toward the start. And shout out to Kaz for pulling up and racing with us. I'm sure he had a wonderful time.
All right, about 10-4, Cole Williams round himself out in second. Go ahead and see him coming next race.
Yeah, see you, bro.
Go ahead and drag in Ethan Harrison in that number 77. Already has a win. Oh, actually, no, we cannot, because he is not here. So that'll be it here for tonight. Dewey, any last thoughts you want to go ahead and insert?
Well, congrats once again to Benjamin here tonight. Perfectly timed his move to get the win. Congrats to Cole on the second place. Those two worked together really well tonight. And thank you guys for watching here tonight. And of course, the Street Stock event earlier in the evening. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I know we have a race tomorrow, but I forget where it is. Be sure to stay tuned for that. Same time tomorrow.